Welcome back to Capital G Podcast, your weekly gaming news roundup with your host, Jae
and Jared.
This week, we got a bit of a speed run. We're doing a speed runs first. We're doing a bunch of small segments just so we can get right to that juicy Pokémon Presents. Our first topic is that Ubisoft has responded to Stop Killing Games.
Battlefield 6 will be revealed this Thursday.
Splitgate 2 is going back to beta.
Live-action Assassin's Creed is finally happening.
There's a new rumored From Software game that is unannounced.
And Fallout 5 is fully greenlit, as well as some Elder Scrolls 6 rumors.
Let's go.
So
let's get started with this Ubisoft responding to Stop Killing Games.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, Yves Guillemot, the CEO of Ubisoft, was asked about his thoughts on Stop Killing Games. And let's just talk about his first quote here. He said, quote, "You provide a service, but nothing is written in stone, and at some point the service may be discontinued. Nothing is eternal, and we are doing our best to make sure that things go well for all players and buyers, because obviously support for all games cannot last forever." So his position is that their games do come out as services, not necessarily a product, like a lot of consumers believe that they are buying, which they, when you buy a game, you are kind of buying a product. But I understand as well, like nowadays, that
you're technically buying a license now.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people still don't understand that, and I don't blame them.
Even though it's technically that, it to the consumer, it doesn't feel that way.
Right. But yeah, he also eventually the games will come to an end because in their idea, they're selling it as a service. Another quote pulled from the interview was, quote, "But that's an issue that we're working on. That's something that the industry at large is working on to minimize impact on players. But clearly that's something you need to factor in." So he's also claiming that Ubisoft is working to have an endgame plan for when service for games eventually ends. And he's also claiming that the whole gaming industry is working on this issue. So Ubisoft also confirmed that the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest will be getting offline modes by the end of 2025, which, rip my baby, but X-Defiant will not, because that game already shut down last
Didn't
month.
quite meet the cut.
It did not, sadly.
But it's hard. Like I can see the point he's making. These things are in a way services. Like imagine, like how would you do an offline version of Fortnite Battle Royale? But what Stop Killing Games is doing is they want people to be able to host their own online, so the online can keep being alive. Not just being fully offline.
Right, and which we've talked about on the pod previously, is that Stop Killing Games with private servers running on people's own hardware have been able to get like 500 player servers going for MMOs. So I think something like that could be like if Fortnite wanted to keep going, I think fans would be able to run it themselves.
Yeah, I do think it requires more work than just making a offline mode.
Right.
But at least he says, what did he say? It's clearly something you need to factor in that everyone's working on it. Like, that's good. That's good. It's less doom than you would expect Ubisoft to be. It's like, don't do this. We're not going to do this. We don't care.
Yeah. I almost wonder, though, and this might be a little cynical, but I almost wonder if they're just saying this just to, like, be like, look, we're the good guys. But it's possible that, they're actually against these kinds of groups.
Well, yeah, I think in a perfect world, a huge corporation would ideally not want to spend a lot of money on these extra things that don't make them any more money. But I think they see the writing on the wall and that they're going to have to do it because I think they're getting sued right now for the Crew 2.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick. It's either French. For some reason, it's either French or California people are suing because they're taking away their ownership to the game.
Yeah. Yeesh. Well,
it was for the Crew 1 because, yeah, they're doing the what's it called? The offline mode for the Crew 2.
Yeah, and honestly, we have Ubisoft and the Crew to thank for this whole Stop Killing Games movement, because this is kind of what propelled this whole movement to get these games back into players' hands rather than being like, oh, shut down, can't play it anymore.
Yeah, I think as the games industry develops and like most games become live service, or not most games, but all the big AAA ones like live service or have some sort of online component.
Yeah,
it becomes a way bigger need to be like, we need this stuff to still work in the future. Because in the past, it didn't affect as many games, but as we go on, I think it's going to be a bigger and bigger thing we need to worry about. So it's good. This is taking momentum. Stop Killing Games seems like it's actually not just like fading away. Like sometimes news stories just, they hit big and then they just fade away. But it seems like there's always a new update and people are still talking about it.
Right. Yeah, it's good to see. Our
Should
next,
we move on to the next one?
yeah, let's hit the part 2 for Stop Killing Games, which they have received false claims against their own movement. So, with this story, the U.S.-based campaign is called Stop Killing Games, but we're going to be referring it as their EU, like, legal name, which is Stop Destroying Video Games. So
Less violent.
yeah,
No killing in the name. That's good. That's good.
yeah. So this is what the movement is called, like, for EU, like, legal purposes. But Stop Destroying Video Games has been hit with a transparency complaint. And here's a quote from Ross Scott, who is kind of like the face of Stop
the
Killing
face
Games.
of the whole thing.
Yeah. He said, "This is the industry playing dirty now." So it was an anonymous complaint, so nobody knows where it came from. But the source claims that the campaign has failed to, quote, provide clear, accurate, and comprehensive information on the sources of funding for the initiative exceeding 500 euros per sponsor. So what that really means is that they're claiming that Stop Destroying Video Games is accepting funding, even though Stop Destroying Games is a no funding campaign, where it's, they're not being funded by anybody. This is all just them. Or, well, I think legally they can't even fund themselves. I think because what they're using is they're using the European Citizens Initiative, which is it's a legal act that is or it allows legal acts to be proposed by citizens to the European Commission. So the main bulk of the complaint is that Ross Scott was getting paid for his time that he put into the movement. Scott denies all of it, but the complaint assumed that he was making up to 147,000 euros working on this as a professional job. And here's a quote from Ross Scott himself, where he said, quote, "Nobody was hiring me for this. It's all volunteer time." But yeah, he goes on to say that he was purely just a promoter for the EU petition, and that EU representatives, quote, "said what I've been doing is fine." So Scott is guessing the complaint was filed from an industry representative, but this is speculation on his part, and he even goes on to say that it's from an anonymous source. So he's not too sure where it came from, but he seems confident that this came from someone in the industry that is very against this movement.
I have someone in mind.
I think I do too.
No, I don't think Pirate Software did a complaint against them.
That's not who I had in mind.
Oh, you're thinking the Ubisoft CEO?
Yeah. Or like someone at EA, But I don't know.
I don't know. It could just be, who knows? It could literally be anyone. It could just be like someone who's like, I don't know. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
There's a whole many different vectors that this could be coming from, and it seems like Scott, though, has his covered and he's doing the right thing. So
right, yeah.
He's got the support of some EU representative that says he's been doing the right thing. So
yeah, and all he's doing is just getting information out there. But yeah. Like some of this information came from that they were believing that he was working on this project for 12 to 14 hours a day. And he even said himself that that's impossible because he still works a full-time job. And he said he's put maybe 12 hours into one day and one day only, but not day after day,
every day,
week after week. Yeah, as a job. So,
well, that was a good follow-up on that. Good luck to Scott. Again, yeah. Sounds like there's some hiccups, but it sounds like things are not going too bad quite yet. I'm excited to see the actual ruling on what the EU has to say, but I doubt that'll be for a minute. I imagine things are very slow-moving. Right. But if we have any more updates on that, we'll let y'all know.
Definitely cover it.
Next, we got Battlefield 6 is being revealed this Thursday.
Confirmed.
So the day that this podcast is out.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Let's see. David Sirlin, lead producer of Battlefield and at DICE, confirmed via X. Oh, I skipped a little bit ahead, but yeah, Battlefield 6 is going to be revealed, and people were worried about the weapon style, and like I was saying, David Sirlin, the lead producer of DICE, confirmed via X that the weapon style is going to be Battlefield 4 styled, which means that each class will have its signature type weapon, and they won't have access to all of them, like people did not like in some.
Well, they'll have access to, in Battlefield 4, each class had its own designated weapon type. So assault got assault rifles, engineer got SMGs, support got LMGs, and recon got snipers. But then each class will have access to DMRs, shotguns, and carbines.
people are sticking to their lane. The classes have to stick to their lane.
Yes, a little bit. They'll be able to go
even
outside
though
the
they
box a
did
little
say
bit.
in the beta that they're testing out each style. They're testing out both ways. There's going to be 2 playlists.
Yes, there are going to be 2 playlists for creators. I don't know if like that'll be to the public or anything like that. Maybe it will be, but
if it's in the beta, why would they put it in there if they're not considering it?
Yeah, I think they just want to get like content creator feedback and press feedback to see like what people are preferring.
Or maybe they just do it in the beta so that people can use more weapons at one time.
Oh,
and then when
maybe
the actual game comes out, limit it.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll make those
you know.
playlists completely public once the game releases. But I don't know. I feel like that would split the player base a little.
It would
weird.
split too much, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was officially confirmed. Was that confirmed today?
That was confirmed today.
And then there were some rumors though that we were going to talk about. Do you want to get into those?
Yeah. So this was before we found all about all the confirmed stuff today. But according to Insider Gaming, Battlefield 6 was going to be revealed July 31st, but now we got that July 24th date. But it was going to be revealed like during a 3-day event. Kind of, they described it as similar to being like COD Next. That was like a gameplay breakdown, and they would show off like a bunch of multiplayer gameplay of the next Call of Duty title. But obviously, this would be for Battlefield. The first 2 days of the event would not be showcased to the public, but then the last day would be. That would be like live streamed to the public, and everyone would be able to see it. And then part of this was leaked because of a content creator who posted a picture of him getting a promotional care package from DICE. It was leaked from Doom49. The post was deleted shortly after, but people were able to screen grab it still. But he posted a picture of what was like a gray crate wrapped in orange straps, and printed on the orange straps, read out Breakthrough, Conquest, Rush, and PTFO. Which, I don't know, the PTFO thing is like a Battlefield thing, just play the objectives, but then Breakthrough, Conquest, and Rush are pretty famous, popular Battlefield game modes. But
nice job leaking it early.
Maybe we'll see what the, I don't know, what it contained on Thursday. Or maybe we won't.
Yeah, I think probably sometime this week we'll see influencers are tweeting out stuff, being like, look at this package EA sent me.
Yeah, I wonder if they're still supposed to keep
excited.
it under wraps, though. Maybe until later.
Yeah, who knows what day that's actually going to be revealed. Or if they even are going to do this 3-day event. Like, maybe that event, maybe those dates are accurate,
Yeah.
Who knows?
But what we do know is that the 24th we will be getting a reveal. I think it's just a trailer, though.
Yes.
It sounds like it's just a trailer. Yeah.
Exciting stuff. We'll be able to see Battlefield officially now, instead of just watching people on Chinese social media playing it.
Yes. Which, hopefully that means it's farther along than we think. That would be amazing.
It'll be interesting. I don't think they'll do a release date yet. I feel like that'd be a little crazy.
Yeah, I think maybe it might be a bit too soon, but we'll see.
Who knows? And here's a juicer, another follow-up to something we've talked about previously.
Yes. Splitgate 2 is going back to beta. So it's not going to be in 1.0 anymore. The co-founders of the company said that they believe fans were correct about launching too soon. And Ian Prolx, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but he took to Reddit to give like a big statement. Here's a quote from that. "We've heard your feedback and we agree with you. We launched too early." So yeah, they think they just need to head back to the drawing board and figure out how to properly launch in 1.0, because I don't know, when I played, I didn't think anything felt that rushed, but I think there were things that could be fixed, but it doesn't feel like something that needs to be like, we're going to relaunch. But anyway, they said the game will stay in beta until early next year, and Ian Prolx also said, he's one of the co-founders of 1047 Games, creators of Splitgate, but he also said, so we're going back to beta. We'll be heads down until early next year, rebuilding major parts of the game to capture the spirit of what made Splitgate special. I feel like that's kind of a long time.
Early next year. I guess that's not that long. We're halfway through this year, so it's like 6 to 8 months probably.
Yeah, but if they were ready for 1.0 now and they want to push it back 6 more months to go, I don't know. It feels really far away. But here's what they said they're going to change. They're going to rework the progression system. Maps will be better designed for like around portals and stuff. They're going to fix the monetization system, and they're going to refocus on classic game modes, kind of more similar to the first Splitgate.
Would you say that they should make FPS great again?
I think they should. Yeah, I think they should. They should just release Titanfall 3, actually.
Oh, okay.
Just make Titanfall 3 and make FPS great again. The dev team said they want to try to lean more into the first game while building on the new and improved bits of the second game. And this is unfortunate news, but they also said layoffs are happening as a result of this decision to push back into beta. But they confirmed that all the devs that are being let go will be receiving severance and help with securing another job. And the co-founders even expressed that they want to try and get those employees back once they've kind of relaunched and once they're able to. So, Splitgate 2 will still be playable, though.
They're not doing a multiverses. They're not going offline.
Right. It'll still be playable while they work on it. And this is the last chunk of news with Splitgate, but the original Splitgate servers are being shut down. And they admitted it was because it was getting too expensive, and they're looking into offline options as well as peer-to-peer matchmaking for the game. So it'll still be playable, but they're shutting down their versions of the server.
They better. If they don't have a peer-to-peer matchmaking thing, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I agree.
Because how is that making FPS great again? By removing features from old games.
Or just like completely, not to bring back an old topic, but killing a game. It would render that game completely useless if you just took it offline and didn't do anything else for it.
This is a crazy story. Like, I remember when I was a kid following Minecraft, and Minecraft 1.0 came out at Minecon. They had like this whole huge event because finally going out of beta, and Notch was on stage, and he flips like a giant lever that's like a Minecraft lever on stage, and it releases. It's
wow.
like, I imagine that happening, and then they have to go back over to that lever and flip it back up. It's like, oh, never mind.
Oops.
We're going back. Get rid of all the confetti.
We're flipping it down. Oh, now we're flipping it back up.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of a game doing this.
Like, a lot of, obviously, they screwed some stuff up. Like, the monetization was absolutely crazy at launch.
It was bonkers.
And there's probably a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. But how much of this is them just trying to redo the marketing, They won't have a second launch because the marketing was so bad for the first one.
That was my initial response. Like, that was my knee-jerk reaction, was they want to go back to the drawing board and figure out how they can remarket this game to be, more popular. I do think it needs fundamental changes because the people who have played it, like on Steam, have given it a mixed review. Yeah, and I think most of that is to do with the monetization of the game. Overall, I think people enjoyed the mechanics for the most part, and the gunplay was extremely crisp. It was really responsive. Portals were incredibly fun. The big team battle was great, but I think it was just the Battle Royale announcement as well that was another key part, because when you're talking about wanting to when he means FPS, make FPS great again, he's talking about arena shooters specifically. And to have that sentiment of, I want to make I want arena shooters back, why would you announce a Battle Royale? Then then you have a confusing identity for your game.
It's just so weird. It also, like, when your game is struggling, why are you doing, like, what we should do? Battle Royale.
Right, which is kind of like, Fortnite has established itself as the game for Battle Royale. And a PUBG too, it's hard to compete with the ones that are already there.
Yeah. I'm looking at their Steam numbers. It's bad.
It's down a lot. It's down
a lot. Would you like to guess what their 24-hour peak was?
I'm guessing like 800.
It's not that bad. 1,700.
Oh, 1,700.
Almost 1,800.
Yeah, and what was their peak? Their peak was pretty decent.
Well,
their
all-time peak was only 25K.
Oh no!
Like, you peak at 25K, like, we're talking, like, I'm looking, okay, so I wanted, like, a point of comparison, because it's always hard to tell, like, how many people is that? Is that many people? I pulled up your fair game, Payday 2, to see what their 24-hour peak was. 32,000.
For Payday 2? Yeah, that makes sense. And
then I was like, okay, maybe Payday 2, let me pick another old game. So I picked Team Fortress 2.
There you go.
53,000.
Yeah. Well, do Helldivers 2. See what Helldivers 2 is at.
That's a good idea.
Because I think, Helldivers 2 is a crazy high number, if I'm not mistaken.
Oof. I can't figure out how to... it's one word.
Yeah, one word.
It's searching.
Okay.
I'm clicking.
You're clicking.
49,000.
49,000? Well, I guess they have like I guess Splitgate also had crossplay. Really, 49,000? That doesn't seem right. For all time?
49,000? What do you mean? Oh, all time? No, all time is almost 500,000.
There you go. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
50,000 was a 24-hour.
Yeah. But that is like an entirely different genre of game, to be fair.
I'm trying to think what other game is like. What's a recent first-person shooter multiplayer?
Arena shooter. You could check X Defiant, I guess, and then we'll check X Defiant, and then we'll move on.
I don't know how to spell Defiant. Defiant. There you go. Got it.
And
it's a slow website.
Yeah, it is. That's for
sure.
Oh,
it's on a Steam game.
Oh.
You're screwing me over here. Not a Steam game. Okay, here's another newer first-person shooter. I don't know, newer in quotes.
Yeah.
Ready or Not, 33,000 24-hour peak.
Yeah, and that's been in the news lately quite a bit.
And that game's got mostly negative reviews right now.
Here, I'm checking the finals.
Oh, it's 2023, right?
The finals all-time peak was 242,000 people, and 24-hour peak was 15,000.
Yeah, so Splitgate 2 awful.
It just didn't have I just don't think it had the marketing or maybe just
numbers.
The appeal at all. I don't know. But anyway, we should move on. We've been on this topic for too long.
No, I got one more. Splitgate, what was Splitgate 1? What was Splitgate 1 24-hour?
Splitgate 1 24-hour.
Splitgate 1, not 24-hour, all time. 67,000.
There you go.
That's crazy. 67,000. That's like
to 25K.
A pretty okay game.
Yeah.
And their peak of 25K. Woofda. It is cross-plat, but still, I don't think that's enough. It's definitely a PC first kind of game. Well, I would say best of luck to them, but I don't have a lot of hope. I say best of luck just so no one gets fired.
I have hope because their sentiment seems like legit and promising. Like I genuinely think they do care about this game.
I don't know. The make FPS great again had just.
It was cringe. It was really cringe. It was bad.
And they had like $400. What is it? $400 million of 400. Is it 400 million? Was that their funding number? They get some crazy funding number.
400. I don't know about 400 million. I thought it was 100 million.
What was 400 million? That's a different story we're talking about, I think. But they got a lot of funding and stuff. It's just like, come on.
Oh, the 100 million in venture capitalist funding.
Yeah, I was thinking 400 million. I think that was for Battlefield 6.
That sounds right.
100 million. That's just so much funding, and it's like, I don't know. I would prefer games to do good than to do bad, I guess. So
right.
Good luck to them. Next, we got a rumor. Or I guess not a rumor.
Yeah, this is confirmed.
Some movement on something that was announced a long time ago. It was first announced in 2020, and that was the Assassin's Creed Live series for Netflix. It was announced in 2020, and now the news is that they're finally moving forward with it.
Yes. It was, the creators are going to be, well, okay, so Robert Patino and David Weiner will be the creators, showrunners, and executive producers of the upcoming series.
Patino is known for Westworld and Sons of Anarchy, and Weiner is known for Halo. Do people like the Halo TV show?
I'll be honest, the only thing I heard about it was from my mom, and she enjoyed it. So and she's not a gamer, so I don't know. I don't know how to run with that.
It has a 7.3 on IMDb, so people think it's okay.
Sure. Yeah. I think actually, one thing I did hear about it is that, spoiler alert here, but Master Chief takes off his helmet, and people.
That's the only thing I heard, because that was the only thing gamers complained about.
People did not like that he took off his helmet.
Season 1 has a 61 on Metacritic.
I see. So
it's decent.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is going on here? In 2023, Jeb Stewart, the writer of Die Hard, was originally on the project after having connected conflicting ideas with him and the show executives. He left the project due to their disagreements.
Yes. So he's no longer on the project.
And here's a blurb, because they have given no information. Here's a blurb from Netflix's website about what this series is going to be about. It's centered on a secret war between two shadowy factions, one set on determining mankind's future through control and manipulation, while the other fights to preserve free will. The series follows its characters across pivotal historical events as they battle to shape humanity's destiny.
Which, I don't know if you've played many of the Assassin's Creed games, but
I played a few.
The two big factions are the Assassins and the Templars. Yep. So I assume that's what it's going to be between, is the Assassins and the Templars. And then when they say it's going to follow characters across pivotal historical events, I'm thinking maybe each season will be a different main character. Oh, you think it might be each episode is a different character?
I don't know. They could do one dude, because you just lock into the machine, right? And you could go switch from ancestor to ancestor, and then each episode could be a different time in history.
Yeah, because the show follows, or the games follow Desmond, And like the first game, he's in Altair, or he relives Altair's memories. And the second game, and then they had second game, and the two others after that were following Ezio, and then the third was Connor. So maybe they might be doing something like that, where either each episode will be each character like that Desmond relives the memories of, or maybe each season will be reliving a new character. Which I feel like I'm leaning more towards the season one.
Well, then they have to. I don't know. That each season is kind of thinking big, because then they're expecting there to be another season.
Yeah, that would be a lot of seasons. Or they do maybe something of what JoJo does, where like the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where part 1 and part 2 are in the first season. Maybe they just separate it into parts.
They could have like long episodes. Like each episode could be an hour long.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that.
And then maybe it's one dude who like jumps in between all these different eras, because I have a feeling it's not going to be based off any of the games. That's just my gut feeling. I don't know why though.
Yeah,
I'm feeling like they're not going to pick a specific game. They're going to use more Assassin's Creed as like the template of like, you know, the future technology stuff, and then like the going back in time in the Templar sort of backstory.
Kind of like how they did it with Assassin's Creed 4, where you were like an employee of the people who, I can't remember, I'm blanking on the name of the corporation, but you were like an employee of the corporation that you could relive people's memories, like like ancestors' memories and stuff.
What is the corporation called?
I don't know. It's like for some reason embargo is the thing that comes into mind. It's something similar like that.
I'm putting in the Discord. I don't know how to pronounce it. It might bring your memory though once you see it. This word?
Abstergo. Yep.
Abstergo. That's it. Yep. Abstergo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. It could be good. It could be bad. That's just kind of how they're making a lot of these live action video game stuff, and they're better than they were in the past with like live action, adaptations.
Yeah.
But they're not all good. They're not all The Last of Us.
Yeah, we still unfortunately get stuff sometimes like the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, they're not all the new Sonic movie that you watch 5 times in theaters.
Don't even get me started on how good Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is.
Let's not get started on that. Let's get moving on to the rumor that suggests From Software has an unannounced project in the works.
Yes. This is all speculation though, from some like kind of renowned, like people who have been in the community for a long time. But it's codenamed FMC, which their codenames usually indicate what series it could be a part of, or if it's a DLC for an already existing title, or if it's a brand new IP entirely. From Software fans have tried to break down the codename and have come to the conclusion that it could be a Dark Souls entry, but that theory is kind of squashed because Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of like the Souls series and Elden Ring and Bloodborne, he does not want to do another Dark Souls game. So this could be another entry in the Armored Core series. Or the last theory is that it could be a Dark Souls 3 remake / remaster, because Dark Souls 1 and 2 have already been remastered and 3 doesn't have one. So according to Nick Baker from the Xbox Era podcast, a remaster of Dark Souls 3 is already in development. So I guess we don't know if this codename applies to that Dark Souls 3. But that, again, that's also speculation, total grain of salt on that one. But I don't know if the Dark Souls 3 remake and this codename are like, if they're related at all, or it could be, or it could be an entire like a new entry in the Armored Core series. But they also did just release an Armored Core game not that long ago. I feel like
2023.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 years
ago. And the last
update
was in May.
Right. So I don't think it's gonna be Armored Core. So I think the most likely one is Dark Souls 3 remaster or remaster.
From these options, that seems like the most likely, but I don't know. I doubt it's Dark Souls 3.
You don't think so?
No, because when they make Dark Souls 2? What about Dark Souls 2?
What do you mean?
They remade Dark Souls 1 recently, right? And did they do Dark Souls 2?
It was 2? A while ago. And yeah, Dark Souls 2 has a remaster.
Well, never mind then. It's going to be Dark Souls 3. What about Bloodborne for PC?
Maybe it doesn't. Oh.
Am I getting lied to? Is this false information on our news podcast?
Let's see. Scholar of First Sin. People say that this is essentially the remaster for Dark Souls.
That's the AI overview, dude.
I'm on their Steam page.
Let's see. From the Dark Souls 2 subreddit. Yep. Okay. It seems like the Scholar of the First Sin
is kind of even though it looks like it came out a year later. It came out in 2015, and Dark Souls 2 came out in 2014.
I guess people are saying that
So maybe it could be a Dark Souls 2 remaster.
Based off what the community's saying is like there's no reason to do it.
I see.
That's from one Reddit thread though, so it could be Dark Souls 3.
Seems like the based on this article from it was from MP First. The author was Kurakasis. Seems like him and the people he spoke with in the community, they're all leaning towards Dark Souls 3 remaster.
That sounds most likely based off of everything I've just been told. Sure, why not?
That's what you're running with?
Why not?
Why not?
I want to play Bloodborne though, so just put that on PC.
Put that on PC. Unfortunately, with this code name, it won't be that.
Lame. Talking about something that isn't lame. Fallout 5. We got some rumors from Jez Corden. Fallout 5 has been fully greenlit, he says, and that the Elder Scrolls 6 is quite playable at the moment. So, Fallout 5 has been greenlit following the layoffs from ZeniMax. That information comes from Jez Corden. Like I said, he is the executive editor for Windows Central. And according to him, canceling ZeniMax's unannounced MMO, codenamed Blackbird, was the decision that pushed Fallout 5 to be greenlit. And here's a quote from him. From what I heard, it was a case of, do we want to sink a ton of money into getting this Project Blackbird to a point where it can be complete with established players in the market, or do we want to allocate that investment towards making Fallout 5? Jez Corden isn't sure which Bethesda team is working on Fallout 5. So that's hype. I'm hyped for Fallout 5. I'm surprised. Well, maybe it could still happen, because remember when what was happening? They were getting looked over by the government because they wanted to acquire Activision, and they accidentally leaked that document of like future games. And I think some of them were like, Fallout 3 remake and Fallout New Vegas remake. I wonder if we'll get those before Fallout 5, because this has just been greenlit.
Right. Yeah, it'll be a long time before we see Fallout 5, considering that this is like, a project that's at its very early stages.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't already in development, because Fallout is just big now with like the TV show and stuff doing so well.
I think it's because they've probably been putting so much time into Fallout 76, trying to maybe...
Yeah, they've put a lot of updates in the Fallout 76, but I bet you they're also working on those remakes.
Right, yeah.
So, who knows? Hopefully that's coming true, but either way, there's no way they're not making Fallout 5. I guess now it's just more expedited because all those people got fired.
Yeah.
And then the Elder Scrolls 6 is quite playable. He was also guessing that Elder Scrolls 6 was going to be at the latest Xbox Game Showcase, but it wasn't.
Yeah, and he also goes on to say in the same podcast that he isn't actually sure how far along the game is. This is just from his sources at
he's been told
at Xbox.
Quite playable.
Right.
So who knows how far along that is?
Yeah, which, I mean, at least we for sure know that we'll most likely get Elder Scrolls 6 before Fallout 5.
Yes. I would imagine we're getting Elder Scrolls 6 next, then a Fallout remake. Then probably 2 Fallout remakes. Who knows?
It kind of blows my mind, though, that it took, according from the information that we have here, that it took Xbox firing all these people to then greenlight Fallout 5.
Yeah, it's weird. I would just assume that after Fallout 4 is done, they'd be like, let's just make Fallout 5.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
Well, that's when they were on the Fallout 76 stuff. So
that's true.
After
I don't know. I assume that the whole team wasn't working on Fallout 76 because of how much of a disaster that was at launch and like how much of a departure it is from the regular games.
Yeah, and it seems like there are obviously there's multiple studios within Bethesda, so they could have had. It is shocking though that they wouldn't have I guess a side team working on. Well, there
had been someone working on it. And maybe now it's just like go ahead, go full bore,
I don't think they were working on it at all. If it wasn't greenlit before, but now they were unsure on if they want to go for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just making sense because there's no way they're not going to make another Fallout 4. I mean, another Fallout 5. That's just a money printer right there.
It really is, especially coming off of Fallout 3, Fallout 4. People are still playing New Vegas to this day.
Oh yeah, take me back to New Vegas. Well, talking about games that are actually going to come out within a reasonable amount of time. Pokemon had their Pokemon Presents today, and
the main heater of the day.
It was 24 minutes long, and they started off with the regular weird light announcements of all their mobile games, and then got into the real stuff. But quickly, we're gonna go over all that weird, boring stuff in the beginning. and we're trying to make it not boring, but making it quick.
We'll be
They
quick
started
about
off
it.
Pokemon World Champions. It's their in-person event where everyone does all the battling in real life. It's having Anaheim, August 15th to the 17th. They showed off some exclusive promo cards and merch and what all the whole vibe's going to be like. And then also they showed that attendees will be getting a Toad School for Scarlet and Violet. They'll get a code for that for those who attend.
They even showed off the merch for the winner, like some of the winners if you get first place and whatever you're competing in.
Looks like fun. They showed off more Pokemon Concierge. That's their Netflix what do you call that style of animation? Stop motion animation.
Yeah, but it's like it's not like claymation. It's all like felt. Like
it's like felt, and then like the characters like plasticky and stuff.
Yeah. It's very nice.
So they showed that off. They're getting a new season on Netflix. That looks good. It looks very wholesome. There was an old man crying. All the Pokemon were cute. I should probably watch it at some point. But I don't have Netflix, but it looks really good. They're doing another stop motion thing with Aardman Studios. Those are the people behind Wallace and Gromit. And this was teased a while back on Twitter with just like a Pokeball animation. But now they showed what it's going to be. And it's going to be called Pokemon Tales, The Misadventures of Sirfetch'd and Pikachu. The longest title of history, but it looks cute. Sirfetch'd, interesting pick. But I think they picked it because he was like, we're focusing on a region that's close and dear to our hearts, which is obviously Galar because they're British.
Right.
And it's going to be releasing in 2027. So that should be cute.
It looks nice. The title makes me feel like there's going to be separate Pokemon Tales.
That's what they're setting up to be, but I don't know if they're going to do that. Who knows? Maybe if it's really successful, they can do more.
Yeah. We'll see.
Then they talked about something, I don't know if we knew about this previously. For some reason in my mind, I feel like we did.
I had no idea this was happening.
But they're doing a Poke Park Kanto, which is a real life park located in
Yomiuri Land.
How do we pronounce this? Okay.
I believe it's Yomiuri Land.
In Tokyo, Japan. It's built on 26,000 square meters of land. That's around 31,000 square yards.
Which we should also say that Yomiuri Land is it's a theme park in Tokyo, so it's already in. It's gonna be an add-on into this.
Yeah, it's a new land to this park.
Yeah.
They describe it as a place where people and Pokemon can coexist, and it's home to over 600 Pokemon. It's split in two halves. There's a Siege Town, which has two flat rides, and one of them is a Pokemon-themed carousel, and the other one is a Pikachu-like Dumbo ride from Disney, where it just like goes around and you go up and down on a Pikachu. Then there's cute Pokemon Center and Pokemart. It looks straight out of the video games. We'll be in this little fake town. And then there's going to be a gym in this town. That looks pretty cool, with like the actual field in the back where you both can battle. And there's going to be a Pokemon parade, and then there's a cute little Primarina fountain out in the main area. Then there's also the Pokemon Forest. That's the second area. It's nearly 500 meters long, 1,600 feet in length, and it features various terrains. And it's going to be full of Pokemon. They showed up some clips during the thing. It was just like Pokemon statues, all sort of like pretending to be alive in the forest. And you can find them all, and they're all interacting with each other, and some of them have berries. It's going to be, the grand opening is going to be in early 26. And like we said, it's going to join this park that already exists. It looks fun, but it's not like hyper detailed. Like I was looking into the park to see what it was like. It's not like a Universal or Disney where it's like hyper detailed and they have all these rides. It seems more chill, kind of fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I'm really hoping...
do wonder if this confirms that Pokemon is not going to come to Universal.
Well, I don't know if that entirely confirms it.
It does seem a little low key and like not on the same level. But I wonder if Universal's like, oh, you're doing your contract of real life entertainment with this company instead of us.
Yeah, but I think there's still the opportunity out there. I don't know a whole lot about how like the theme park deals work and stuff, but
yeah, I feel like there's definitely, because this looks more chill, kind of walk around, have fun.
Yeah,
maybe like for a younger audience. I could see them doing like a full blown AAA, huge rides, full themed area, animatronics.
That'd be super sick. That's kind of what I was hoping for with this, but statues is a start. It's a start.
It seems cute. Like if we had this near us, that'd be such a vibe to go to like a park with like Pokemon statues.
It'd be a huge vibe. But I'm hoping that what they do is like, especially for kids, they do like a tour guide type ride where like they get someone who's like super animated to be like, oh look, there's a Charmander walking through right there, and they just, they just get really
you do like a Pokemon
into
Snap experience. You go around, you have to take all the pictures. And
that'd be very cute. I think that'd be awesome.
Next we got Pokemon Go Fest. It was so funny when they started this announcement. It starts with text on the screen that says, "The biggest event in history is coming."
Bigger than anything.
Not like the biggest gaming event. The biggest event in history. Bigger than Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger than the Big Bang.
Bigger than the second coming of Christ, honestly.
Bigger than anything. Bigger than any war. Bigger than World War II. This is the biggest event in history. And it's just going to be Gigantamax Pokemon showing up between August 23rd and 24th.
Well, I think... Is that what it was? It was just Gigantamax stuff? But then Eternatus is also coming.
Eternatus is also there. It's like Galar, all the Galar stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Gigantamax Pokemon.
Maybe, I think we look too deep into it. I think maybe that's their little pun, is that it's their biggest.
We're stupid. It's the biggest event because it's the big Pokemon.
It's the big Pokemon.
I was just so caught off guard by the biggest event. We got played. Never mind. That's an amazing thing to say.
That's so perfect. If that's what they were doing.
And Eternatus is huge. It's like the biggest Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You enter a promo code in Pokemon Go and you get a chance to catch, use code GOFASTMAX, and you get a chance of getting any of the Galar starters in their Gigantamax forms. That code expires August 3rd. And they covered the whole thing so quickly, it was 30 seconds long. I had to pause it multiple times to write down all this information.
Yes, it felt like every second you had to pause. Okay, we gotta figure out what's on screen. Pause. Okay, there's more stuff on screen. And like their graphics are so tight knit, it's like it's just sweating writing all this.
And then Pokemon Masters EX, everyone's favorite game, Pokemon Master Sex. You can play with Carmi.
Would you say you're the master?
No.
Oh.
Carmi and Sinistcha. I never know how to pronounce Pokemon's name.
I look at it every time and I'm like, huh? Sinistcha? That's how I'd say it.
Sinistcha. It's the Sinist, but the
We're gonna get yelled at by Carl.
Sinistcha. Because it's Sinist, but matcha, so it's Sinistcha. Whatever. It's gonna be she and that guy. They're in it. You get 3,000 gems for logging in. Looks like Trashalizing is coming. Do people actually play this game? Like, what is this game? I've heard it described as like Pokemon dating simulator. Plus, there's like battling and stuff. It's just like
simulator.
I've only become friends with each of the trainers or something, and they get different outfits.
Screenshot of the game, and the screenshot just kind of almost looked like an auto battler, but there were still moves at the bottom that you could click. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the gameplay is.
I've tried playing it, and there's just like a lot of reading, and I'm like, no, thank you.
That's how those mobile games go.
Even worse mobile game. I don't know who's playing this. Pokemon Cafe Remix. If Pokemon Cafe Remix is your favorite game, I'm sorry for saying that about it. It's just like, who's playing this? Like, it's like a weird Connect 4 game, except you don't actually have to be in a grid. It's like all in a pile. Whatever. They had a funny bait and switch at the beginning where it looked like this really epic thing with Lapras, but no, it was just pirate themed outfits are coming. The Pokemon Cafe Remix.
And they're adding it to.
And then Jigglypuff gets like a summer hat, and you get 11 express tickets by logging in every day.
And the pirate themed outfits are only for Lapras, Alolan Meowth, Totodile, and Minccino.
Yep. Looks cute, but okay, great. Pokemon Sleep.
Oh, they're
I'm trying to get through these quick. I'm trying to get these through.
I hear you.
Pokemon Sleep, September 2025. You can research legendary beasts. Crap. I'm so bad. When it comes on the pressure, when it's like pronounce these Pokemon's names, I've just read them all the time.
It's you can research the legendary beasts of Raikou, Entei, and Suicune.
Raikou. Why can't I think Raikou? Raikou, Entei, and Suicune.
Yeah, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune.
Okay, I thought those guys were already in the game. I don't know what they're talking about.
I have no idea. I haven't played it since launch. I played it for like a week.
If you love Sleep, though, this is your information. We're just giving you the information.
Yeah.
November 2025, there's going to be a new Amber Canyon area. How exciting. There might be new Pokemon there. I don't know. They didn't really say much. Pokemon Unite. It's
Latios
like Dota, but for crazy people. Latios and Latios. They actually seem interesting because they have like this ability where you press a button, they can like jump to each other. So if you have two people on your team playing each of them, it's kind of interesting.
I wonder how broken that's going to be. Like, I wonder if that'll be a staple. We'll see.
Yeah, what if it's busted? I heard that I feel like every new Pokemon gets added is busted at first, so people buy it. It's like the Call of Duty thing where they make the new gun the most powerful one, so everyone buys the loadout.
They always do it. It's so bad.
But Latios is coming July 18th. Latios is joining.
Latios is already out. They did say that. So yeah, because he came out July 18th.
Is already passed. Yeah. It's the 22nd.
So then Latios is coming August 8th.
And this is the 4th anniversary of Pokemon Unite. There's going to be a new game mode, Electrode Volleyball, which is out now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another promo code, Unite 0722, and you get Latios and Latios Boost Emblem, 3-day limited license for Latios. And they tease Palmy, Palmau, and Palmont at the end of the trailer.
Where's your energy?
I'm losing it. We're so close to the good stuff.
We are. We're getting there.
The TCG's got a new set called Mega Evolution. It's just called Mega Evolution?
It's just called Mega Evolution.
That's a boring name.
They showed off the new Mega Pokemon full art cards. And then
cool.
They showed off a cool Bulbasaur like a 3-set Bulbasaur full art that expanded across its 3 evolutions, including its Mega, and it looked very sick. And the big news, I think the big news was, because I don't know if we had this before, but the release date will be Friday, September 26th. So it's coming up. It'll be here soon.
It's coming up. I don't know if the information leaked early. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Good luck not getting those. Good luck punching your friend at Costco so you can get one.
Or throwing a little kid.
That's so good. Getting arrested over Pokemon cards. Okay, Pokemon Friends. Here you go. Here's a hype game. Pokemon Friends. It's a puzzle game. It's got like little mini puzzles where you do all these different puzzles. It's a daily puzzle. You play a few puzzles every day. They give you the random ones. They're kind of cute. They're all Pokemon themed. And like the whole task of the game is you have a big pile of tied up thread, and you have to, each puzzle basically you untie one piece of thread, and you get to put that into a machine, and it makes a new plush of a Pokemon that you can put in like a little room. It's cute. I played it when it came out. On my lunch break, I played it. It was quite fun. It does seem like it's for babies.
I wonder how complex it gets, because they tried to show that off in the trailer where like this kid solved a really easy puzzle, but then after he finished that puzzle, he solved the puzzle just got a bit more complex, and his reaction was like, "Whoa, oh my gosh, this looks hard." So I wonder how hard it gets.
It is kind of stressful because it puts like a timer on you and how quick you have to do it.
Oh, okay.
And it does ask you for your birthday right away, so I wonder if they make it a little harder. It was not hard at all,
maybe,
but it wasn't like super easy. I felt like I was playing a 2-piece puzzle. It was interesting, and each one had like a different mechanic. Like there was an ice puzzle with Piplup, and then there's one where I had to like tilt my phone to move a guy around.
Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that.
It was cute, and I like the whole style. They had really good graphics. It was really cute. For some reason, it's $10 on the Switch. Like you can get it on mobile and Switch. It's free on mobile, but it's $10 on Switch. I think that comes with some stuff, I'd imagine. And then there's $26 worth of DLC in total on the Switch. And then on the phone, I saw that you can just like buy everything at once. And that means you can play unlimited puzzles, and also you get new puzzles unlocked. Moving on to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Let's blow through this.
We're running out of time.
We are.
For some reason, they talked about the Switch 2 version again of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's better visuals and frame rates. We already knew about this. Why'd they show it? Terra Ray battles. Starting tomorrow, you get Shiny Wo-Chin, Shiny Shinpao, Shiny Tinlu, and Shiny Shinyu. Those are running...
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Sorry.
Those are running between July 23rd and September 14th at various times. But to capture one of these shiny guys, which is everyone's going to want to because this is the first time they're not shiny locked, I believe. Oh my goodness, voice crack. I believe. To capture them, 1 million of each Pokemon must be defeated first. So it's like a...
That's community-wide, though. It's community-wide.
It's like Helldivers, where you have to work as a community to get something done.
Yes. Very epic. I like that.
There's usually mass outbreaks.
Yeah.
Per usual. Grass types, ice types, ground types, fire types. You can look up the dates. I'm not going to say them. There's also a new tracksuit apparel item. I don't know why they did this. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we're going to talk about this with the actual ZA news, but the customization is so bad. All the outfits are trash because you can only like use your uniform.
Yeah.
I've been playing through Scarlet and Violet again because with the Switch 2 update, and it's a lot better. And I've been using the Blueberry Academy outfit because it's like the least ugly one, but I got this new tracksuit. I play Violet, so I got like an orange tracksuit because it gives you like the opposite color. Oh, it is like the ugliest outfit in the game so far.
Yeesh.
It is so bad. Just disgusting, but I was like, I better unlock it. But unlock that now. There's a code. Then we got Pokemon Champions.
This is kind of a big
actual games, new games.
Mm-hmm.
We got finally some more information on Pokemon Champions. That's the Pokemon Battle Simulator. That's coming to Nintendo Switch and mobile. You can link it with your Pokemon Home to transfer your Pokemon over, or you can get Pokemon from the game itself. There's trial recruitment, which is have Pokemon join your team for a trial period. You can battle with them right away or test them to see if they shoot your strategy. You can use the trial recruitment once per day without using victory points, which is like the currency of the game. Victory points. We're going to be talking a lot about those. And then there's permanent recruitment, which means you just get to buy them using the victory points.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few modes. There's ranked, which you earn the victory points in, and you gain a rank, and you play against people of a similar rank. There's casuals. It's casual. And then there's private matches, which you just do a private room with like your friends or family, where it's low stakes and you're just chilling out. There's singles and doubles like we expected. And then here's the big thing people are waiting for, the training mode. It looks like it's going to be like Pokemon Showdown. There's just sliders you drag.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. You could like take from one stat and put points into another stat. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like doing all this stupid stuff. or like, you know, trying to get the right things by killing the right Pokemon, getting the right EVs and stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's just little sliders like Showdown. You can change your stats, your EVs, your natures, but for some reason they now call it nature stat alignments, and then you can change their moves.
Yeah.
You can't train your trial Pokemon, and it's hard to tell.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if IVs are in the game. They may not be, just to simplify things, but who knows? I saw some people complaining about that, but it seems kind of niche complaints. It'll be interesting. I think this is all good moves. It's making it so Pokemon battling is easier to get into. Because I've only tried it a couple times where I made a competitively viable team, and it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Then there was some speculation that this game is going to be pay to play. It's not going to be free to play, because at the bottom of the website, it says victory points can be gained from ranked battles in other places in Pokemon Champions. You need VP to recruit and train Pokemon. VP cannot be directly purchased, so keep battling and gain VP to power up your team even more. Because like based off the trailer, you would just assume that this is like a pay-to-win kind of mobile game where you just buy more victory points.
That's what I was worried about with it being a mobile game, is that especially if you have Pokemon Home, you just be like, oh, I'm just going to throw in my best Pokemon and just win every single battle against someone who just downloaded the game, doesn't have Pokemon Home.
I think that'll still be the case with Pokemon Home, but it seems like the VP at least won't be cheesy and it won't be pay to win.
Yeah.
Some other details I noticed, or that were noticed, is that the opponent's health, now you can see them as a percentage. You don't have to like just guess based off like the shape and color of the bar. And then moves now, because like they started doing some recent games where it's like you hover over a move and it's super effective. There's now extremely effective and super effective, so it gives you even more granularity on those. And it's basically Showdown, but more mobile gamified. And it's releasing in 2026. I thought the graphics kind of looked bad, but I like all the animations. I'm hopeful that this is going to be good. It should be cool. It's going to be interesting to see how Pokemon uses this. Like, are they going to only do the competitive in this from now on and no longer use the mainline games?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think gameplay-wise, they're because of Legends ZA, they kind of want to fill in something for people who will probably miss the like turn-based combat.
Yeah, and we've been on Scarlet and Violet for so long that I think in the future they are going to want to do longer development cycles because of how bad Scarlet and Violet was.
Yeah.
So this will be their way of being like, the competitive can just stay on this and we can constantly update this and not have to worry about how that affects the story, regular games.
Right.
It's a good idea, and it looks frankly better than I was expecting, just because I was expecting it to be pay to win.
Right.
Okay, now we're moving on to the big juicer finally.
The big kahuna.
They ended it with black and white remix. Just kidding. They did not do that. They did not show black and white remix.
I got so I'm like, where did that end up in the notes?
No, they did not do that. People were speculating that there's no shot that was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think
Pokemon Legends ZA. They got some new details. Mm-hmm. Perhaps not as many new details people wanted. I thought it was pretty good. But starting off, like on the back of our player character, you can see on the back of one of them, it may have been the female character's shirt, she has an MZ. So now we know everyone's part of Team MZ, mm-hmm. which is Urbane or Tawny. They'll invite you to join Team MZ, and their goal is to protect Lumio City.
Yes. And
it looks like you're meeting in the basement of Hotel Z, where Urbane or Tawny works with AZ. And the people who are also joining you are Naveen, who's a fashion designer in the making, and he looks like Grant from X and Y, the rock gym leader. His partner Pokemon is Scraggy. And then there's Lita, who is an aspiring pro dancer. She looks like Tirino, which is one of your friends / rival. Tierno. From X and Y, who's one of your friends and also a dancing kind of person. Mm-hmm. And her partner Pokemon is Staryu. And she seems to be wearing, you can notice on her character design, she's wearing a dance outfit under her tracksuit. She's a cool big hoodie. So that's fun. Those characters I like the character designs. They look cool.
Yeah. I liked the outfits that they gave them too. I thought the outfits were really cool.
Yeah, everyone's got good designs. I'm really liking the art direction for this game.
Yeah.
And then they highlighted more the day and night cycle, because that's the whole main gimmick of this game, is that during the day, you go out and you catch Pokemon, explore the city, and at night, you climb the rakes, the ZA Royale, because it becomes dark and everyone's battling you and some weird Royale thing that's going on. But now we learn there's also powerful boss trainers. I cannot remember how to pronounce this dude's name.
Corbeau. He's the boss of the Rust Syndicate, and he's got evil vibes for sure. Definitely evil vibes. Definitely in angry evil vibes. There's no cool I'm the evil guy. It's he's on the verge of a crash out every time you look at him, it seems.
Yeah, he hits like this really weird facial expression, which is cool because it's like normally in Pokemon games they don't have that. They kind of just like blankly stare off into the distance.
Yeah.
But he actually has like an animated face, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he was using a Arbok, and in the background there was pictures of like Steelixes. So I saw someone speculating that he only uses Serpent Pokemon, like they're all like snake-like.
That's kind of cool.
So that'd be a cool little gimmick for a person instead of being like he only does poison. It makes it a little more, he's got more range. He only does snake Pokemon. Speaking of the art design for this game, swag is back because you can now finally get clothes again, unlike in Scarlet and Violet. It looks so good. The outfit options are way better. There's way more clothing options.
Yeah, it's nice that they put an emphasis on customization here too. I like it.
Yeah, because it makes sense because X and Y was the first one that let you do it. So it's good that like we're going to play homage to that, and also that's kind of just what people want. Mm-hmm. They want the customization. And then you're going to be able to change your hair, and this is a quote from the website. You can define your look by changing your hairstyle, hair color, eyebrows, and more at salons. In addition to solid colors, you can further customize your character with color blocking and balayage. You'll even be able to change your character's lip color, eyelashes, and other characteristics. So they're going all out.
They are going all out. You can do like
a cool ombre. You can like change the color blocking of your hair, and it's like custom. You can pick the 2 colors you want. They're not set in stone. It looks really good. And then they highlighted that you can change Frufro's appearance, which obviously was coming back because that's a classic X and Y thing. Mm-hmm. And then you can capture all the swag with a photo mode. You can take all the Pokemon out of their balls and have them hang out with you. And then they were showing the character sitting in benches, which is a real highlight of X and Y. I remember going to X and Y because it's like the game's like 3D, but you don't have full control over the camera. Yeah. And you'd go to the benches, and it would tilt the camera in a fun direction.
Oh.
They give you like a 3D look at the world.
Very nice. I like that.
That's fun. Then we got new characters. You want to talk about these new characters?
Yeah, we're starting off with Emma here, who is a detective who she asks for your help with her work in the detective space. She was a kid in X and Y and part of Looker's post-game quest. Here's a summary of her backstory. Emma was a young orphan living in Lumio City who befriends Looker and becomes his assistant, gradually learning to read and finding a sense of purpose. She is later tricked into becoming a test subject for a villain's invention, the expansion suit, which turns her into the robotic Essentia, controlled against her will. After being rescued and freed, Emma inherits the Looker Bureau and takes over as head detective, vowing to protect the city.
See, it's cool because like this game is like a direct follow-up, so you get to see like what happens next, After she gets like in that cool Tron suit where she was taken over by, she was forced to wear the suit and was taking over, controlling her will. Now she's this cool detective, and you get to see what happens next.
Yeah. Right after they showed her, they introduced her, they also mentioned that there are other characters around Lumio City that will offer you side missions to do. So that was kind of cool. And one of the side missions they showed is it doesn't just seem like, oh, battle me or catch me this Pokemon. It seemed like there were genuine quests.
Yeah, there was like one where it was like you seemed like you were doing you're guiding some Trubbish to a certain area or something.
You were guiding Trubbish to other trash bags.
It looked cute.
It did look cute. Another character they showed off was Mabel, who is now the director of the Pokemon Lab. So she is the new professor of the game, and you receive rewards for completing research for her, like TMs and EXP candy. She seems like she has her own kind of leveling system and like requests for missions.
Yeah, there's like a request tab, and then there's like a level she has. So I think you go through the different levels and you get different rewards, and then she might have a specific request. It's like catch this Pokemon, or maybe like fill out this Pokemon's Pokédex entry or something.
Yeah, kind of like daily missions, I suppose, right?
They didn't. It was unknown because it just said request in the corner. I'm assuming.
Sure, but she is also a returning character. She was formerly one of the 5 Team Flare scientists from X and Y. But yeah, which is kind of weird because Team Flare's main goal from X and Y was to create a beautiful and better world by eliminating anyone who didn't fit their ideals. Yeesh.
They're like using the ancient ultimate weapon to wipe out all of humanity just because, if they can't be beautiful and perfect, we should just eliminate them all.
Yeah.
So she was like involved in this terrorist organization. Now they're going to be like, yeah, come be the professor at this acclaimed, Pokemon research facility.
And people pointed out as well that her, like, the chair that she uses is like a gaming chair with the Team Flare logo on it.
Yeah, her laptop has a Team Flare logo. Her
Yeah, I
chair
saw
has
that
a Team
too.
Flare. And then she has her goggles still from when she was in Team Flare. But all of
Yeah.
it's blue instead of red, so
Yeah.
it's interesting. They'll definitely be like, oh yeah, I used to do this bad thing.
Yeah, it was weird.
Now I'm a good guy.
Now I'm a good guy. It seems like they've done that with almost all the returning characters. Is look, I'm good now.
Yeah, it seems like all the new characters are bad, except for your friends.
Yeah. This next bit got me really excited with the
This
rogue
looks so good.
mega Pokemon. Almost like, and the battle that they showed almost just reminded me of like a Dark Souls style boss battle, which looked sick.
Yeah, there's these anomalies happening across the city where Pokemon are randomly becoming mega. Because normally a Pokemon has to have a trainer who gives it the Mega Stone, but now these ones are just going mega for no reason, and they can't control their own strength.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to fight these Pokemon using your Megas. And you have to team up with a member of MZ, which was interesting. So you could like pick which ones, and you get to recruit people to take down these rogue Megas. And during this little segment, they showed off finally a new Mega. It's taken forever, but they showed off Mega Dragonite.
Yes, my sweet little
What'd you
angel
think?
baby.
I think mostly positive thoughts, but some negatives.
I think mostly positives, and the negatives are extremely negative. Like there's
I think
no
the
like,
negatives
oh,
are
it's
these
okay.
people who are negative about everything.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there was no like, oh, it's okay, or oh, I'm slightly disappointed. It was, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. You know?
I think it perfectly fits in with all the other Megas.
I kind of thought so. Well, they made him still look cute, which I liked. They kept that like oaf, bubbly, like la 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 kind of look to him. You know?
Yeah. He still has like that mystical sort of Santa vibe, but he has big wings on top of his head, like Dragonair, except instead of being tiny little wings, they're huge, like angel wings.
Yeah.
And his tail gets longer to be more serpent-like, and he gets like that weird sphere gem at the end.
Yeah, he has like that pearl that Dragonair has on the end of its tail.
But it looks good.
It looks really good, and I love, I don't know, I loved how dopey he still looked. I thought it was
He looks very
perfect.
cute. And I've seen all this fan art that makes Steven look, it just really solidifies him. Like, he fits.
He does, definitely.
Then they said that I think this part of the story with the rogue mega Pokemon is related to Quagsartico, because the Quagsartico Inc. is the corporation driving Luminosa City redevelopment, and it will task you and the rest of Team MZ with aiding their investigation into these strange occurrences. If I were to guess, I would guess that it's these people, Quagsartico, who's like, they're trying to mess with the environment and bring the city to be better, but in doing that, they're screwing something up with the natural, balance of the environment, and it's actually causing the megas to happen.
Yeah, I wonder if there will be, like, this is early story speculation, but I wonder if there will be like some twist in the story where they're like, you're talking to an NPC and all of a sudden through the research that you and Mabel find out, they're like, oh, all this crazy urban development is causing these natural Pokemon to freak out.
Yeah, I feel like that's an easy storyline where it's like interfering too much with the environment or whatever,
Yeah.
thinking all about the technology and not thinking about how that actually affects the world.
Right.
That was all the news. Well,
All
most
the
of
big
news.
stuff.
They had like
the
the
big
dumb
stuff.
early bonuses that they usually have. Like you get a route with a Gardevoir, until February 28th. So some early bonuses, and you get 100 Pokeballs, which for some reason they love doing this 100 Pokeballs thing.
They do.
If you get the game early.
Mm-hmm.
Also to the 28th, but the code, because you get a code for it, is valid through the 10th of March.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be available on October 16th, which I think we knew.
I think
And it's
so
gonna be
too.
60.
But
$60 on Switch 1 and $70 on Switch 2. And you can pre-order now. But there was some information that they didn't include in they always do this weird thing where it's like some extra information's on the website.
be sure to check the website.
Except they never
Yeah.
say that. Like, you'd never
No.
know to check the website.
Well, I think
Um,
they always just include it in the graphics at the bottom that are like, more info on the website. They never like say it.
Yeah. Mega Stones can be obtained in places like the Stone Emporium, which makes sense. You just go there and buy them. But Mega Stones can also be obtained by visiting Quasartico headquarters, while someone will trade them to you in exchange for Mega Shards. In these shards, they showed there was a graphic of like a Tepig on a roof. And these shards can be found by having your Pokemon break clusters of Mega Crystals scattered around Lumio City.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing it's going to be like in ZA, like when you can throw your dude out and he breaks the rocks and you get stones to make Pokeballs.
You mean in Arceus?
Yes.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Arceus.
yeah.
That's what I'm
I love
guessing
that
it's going to be
mechanic,
like.
honestly.
It looked cool, but you didn't see it at all during any of the trailers.
No.
It kind of looked like that one Pokemon, Diancie, which people it has a Mega, and people are speculating. There's always like, I don't know how much of this like is fan speculation, how much is real. I'm putting it in the Discord, but this Pokemon is like tied with Mega as like is the one of the weird mythics of that region.
Okay.
So I think
I'm
it's definitely gonna be
unfamiliar
tied
with
into
this one.
there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And also there's like that giant pink rock. I know you haven't played X and Y, but there's a giant pink rock that looks just like the stuff in one of the cities in X and Y.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's just gonna be further explaining like, where does the power of the Mega evolution come from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll probably be diving more into that, which will be cool.
Let's see, and then there's another way you can get Mega Stones, and that's by pacifying the rogue Mega evolved Pokemon. You'll get their Mega Stones, I guess, or something like that. And they kind of hinted at this during the trailer, but Alphas are back. You can see a few that are like big in the background, have red eyes. But yeah, they're big, they're powerful, they got red eyes, and they attack on sight like they do in Arceus.
Yeah, way more aggro, and yeah, I
So
love
that's hype
that
that
mechanic
that's
in
back.
Arceus. I thought that was a great one.
I like that so much. I always went after them. I was like trying to sneak behind them and capture them like way too early.
Yeah, my hope is that in ZA they're more random, because in Arceus they're like predetermined. This is where the alphas are, and they sit there until you capture them. So I'm hoping that these alpha Pokemon are more random.
Yes. I hope it's more random, and hopefully it can be any Pokemon.
Right. Yeah.
So I'd love like a alpha, random, just like stupid Pokemon, like,
Alpha Mega Dragonite.
Sunflora,
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But yeah, I think it covers everything from X and Y. I'm so hyped for this game. The character customization looks so good. ZA. It's all the same thing. I'm so hyped.
I'm very excited. I know we didn't mention it here, but the real-time battling is what I'm most excited for.
Hopefully it's good. I wasn't in love with
the
Arceus battling with the fast moves and then the powerful moves.
Yeah, there's agile style and something else. Strong style, maybe? Something like that.
Yeah, that I didn't think was amazing, but also there was like 6 battles that whole game. This game seems mostly focused on battling.
Yes, I didn't hate Arceus's, sure. But I'm just really looking forward to how this is gonna pan out.
The art style looks so satisfying for this game.
It does.
It's a little more cartoony than Scarlet and Violet, but everything has like a smooth gradient to it.
Yeah, they actually like stylize it rather than kind of making it look. I don't know, like it just I feel like a lot of Pokemon games just don't look visually that appealing, especially like more the modern ones, I should say. But then you see this one and you're like, oh wait, they actually cooked, and the styling of it is actually feels wonderful.
Yeah, the characters in the Pokemon look good. The environments, I don't know. I feel like Game Freak in these modern 3D Pokemon games, the environments always look a bit sketch and like low res and low detail.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like the same building, just like repeated over and over. So I'll actually have to see during the game if it's that noticeable, or if like the smaller scope of all being in one city improves the graphics. Because I don't have to worry about like texturing dirt that has to perfectly tile over and over.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm also very excited.
Very excited.
It's definitely a nice, huge change for the series that I think it needed.
Yeah, I'm glad they're taking a bit of a rest in between these games and not rushing them out every single year.
Yeah.
And this one is only 86 days away.
So close.
No more Donkey Kong Bonanza countdown. Now is a Pokémon Legends ZA countdown.
Yes.
And I just love Pokemon X and Y. It's like one of the most easy Pokemon games, but I don't know, it hit me right at the right time in my life, and it just has good vibes. I love all the Pokemon designs. I just replayed it recently. It was very easy, but good vibes. And I'm excited for this, because it seems like they're just taking everything up a notch.
Mm-hmm. Changing up the
Last thing I
formula
wanted to talk about, unless you have anything else to say more about Pokemon.
No, that's it for me.
Oh yeah, they didn't talk about Pokemon Pocket at all.
They didn't. Okay, that I was a little disappointed in, because I enjoy TCG Pocket. I play it every single day. I've played it every single day since launch, and I was just bummed not to see anything from.
I wonder if
for the game
they just don't do it because it's already so huge.
Allegedly, there was some leaked stuff for the next set, but
yeah, like a leaked trailer happened immediately after the thing.
Yeah, but I don't really want to talk about it until anything's confirmed just yet. So.
Oh yeah, and that Pokemon, the new Pokemon app, Pokemon Friends, that also leaked. Not leaked, but they just accidentally released it too early. It was supposed to come out during the show, but then it came out just right before the show.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a time zone thing. I don't know.
Well, the live goes live everywhere.
That's true.
Let's see. The last thing I want to talk about is Donkey Kong Bonanza, because I was playing it all weekend.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear the review, the quick review.
My quick thoughts on Donkey Kong Bonanza. And also we have to update people on the bet, because we took a bet if it was going to be higher or lower Metacritic score than Expedition 33.
We did. And
let's get that out of the way right away. It's not.
You can tell
higher.
everyone who the real winner is here.
It's not higher. I lost $5 because I got a 91.
And I'm $5 richer.
I netted a 93 or higher, and it was only a 91.
Should have bet you like $250 million.
$250 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go make Splitgate 2?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so
Actually,
I'm checking on my
pay out all
stats.
the Subnautica 2 devs that are in their pay.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking my stats, and Nintendo has the worst stats ever for like how long you've played a game. I've played Donkey Kong Bonanza for 20 hours or more.
I don't like that they do that. They always do it in like the 10-hour increments.
So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But I played through the whole thing. I wanted to get over with because I kept getting spoilers on TikTok for like the ending, and I'm not going to spoil anything. But that was pissing me off, and I didn't want to learn anything else before actually getting to the end. So I kind of, powered through the weekend and just played Donkey Kong Bonanza a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the game. The game is really good. There are some things I don't necessarily think are perfect because there's like, the IGN review that was 10 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect 10 out of 10. I would say it's either, I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. It's really good. I don't know if I like it more or less than Mario Odyssey. I haven't played Mario Odyssey in a minute. But I think I like it more than Mario Odyssey.
Just to try and compare it.
Yeah, I gotta play it recently. I gotta play it soon because this is just like big recency bias probably, but I think I like it more than Mario Odyssey. I really like Pauline. I thought she was gonna be annoying, like talking the whole time, but her character is cute. The only thing I wish is I wish there was a bit deeper of a story. The story is very surface level and you kind of expect everywhere it's gonna go, but I guess that's, there's not much you could expect more.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of hoping, like based off that Nintendo Direct, I was hoping there was gonna be a moment where I shed a tear, You get really connected to Pauline, and then you shed a tear. And it's like some Pixar-esque moment. It doesn't quite reach those levels. It's fun. It's good. The ending, there's some really fun stuff that happens, but it's not like hitting the heart.
Right.
But the gameplay, it's amazing. It's perfect gameplay. It's super fun. The levels, I think, could be a little bigger. They're kind of small, and they don't, I don't know. It definitely feels like, there's different ways of designing a game. It feels like you're playing video game levels. It's like this one is the one where there's poison, and this one is the one where it's an ocean. It's not like this is some big interconnected world because you're just going like you're falling through each of these levels, which I don't think is bad, and I think allows them to focus on something one at a time. But
would you say it feels more linear than Mario Odyssey?
It's the exact same as Mario Odyssey. It does the exact same thing also, where it's like there's a path, there's a branching path. Pick which level you want to do, and you just do that one first, and then you have to do the other one second.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like Mario Odyssey, where it's like these self-contained, like semi-open levels.
Mm-hmm. And
let me think. If there's anything else I'm missing out on, I really love the little crystal dudes. I'm blanking on their name right now. The Fractones. I really like the Fractones.
It's a good name.
They're really cute. You punch them, and they just you just destroy them with your hands, and then they just respawn. And they have these cute little eyes, and they're so funny looking. I need merch of the Fractones. I would like a stuffed animal, like a 3-foot-tall stuffed animal. The gameplay though. So smooth, so crispy. Everything's good. I'll talk about my negatives briefly. There are some performance issues. During one of the late game boss battles, it gets down to 20, maybe less than 20 frames per second, like the whole time. Not like just like a dip, like it's constantly low.
Yeah.
This is like sort of like the peak of the game. Like this is the high point, like one of the final boss battles. So that was kind of weird. There's other moments where the frame rate dips where it's like this makes sense, where like you're breaking gold and there's 1,000 particles everywhere. But it didn't lessen the experience for me.
Overall, like what does it run at, like frame rate wise most of the time?
I think it's a 60 normally.
It is hitting 60? Okay.
Yeah. And Nintendo's pretty good about that, where they're like, we want this to be smooth. And the movement and stuff and the smoothness, it's so good. It's just like Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Did it feel responsive?
It does. When you first play the game, I felt like motion sick because like what's going on? You're breaking through the world. You're like traveling in all 3 dimensions. But as soon as it clicks in your mind, you're like, oh, this is good. You're breaking stuff. You're doing all the little tricks. It clicks. There's a moment where it clicks. The beginning's a little slow. Sure. And then it all clicks. When you start getting the bonanza powers and stuff. And I've been going through because I liked it so much and I kind of beat it. It's not a very long game. That could also be a negative. But I kind of prefer a shorter campaign and then you have to go through and you got to collect all the stuff. So for the Bonandium gems, I'm like halfway done, a little over halfway done. For the fossils,
does it give collectathon?
It is. There's big collectathon. You got to get all the Bonandium gems. There's like, and those are the moons. And then there's fossils and those are like the purple coins, except a little more involved, the purple coins.
Okay.
And about halfway through with all that, I've been just going. I went all the way back to the top, and I'm just going back down and collecting everything, and getting it all finished up. And then there seems I started the post game a little bit, and the challenge is definitely rising in the post game because throughout the main game, it has to be one of the easiest games I've ever played. Like this is clearly a game. The main campaign could be beat by a child, probably 7 years old.
Okay.
It is very easy. In the boss battles, Like, the whole game is pretty easy, but the boss battles are ridiculously easy. You can just, like, punch them a few times, and if you just, like, don't get hit, it's so easy. I was challenging myself because you know how you have the skill tree?
Yeah.
I just didn't do anything in health for a bit, and then I was running out of things to put my skill points into, so I was like, okay, I might as well go in health.
Do the bosses just get, like, staggered really bad, and you have, like, super huge openings?
I don't know, it's just super easy to avoid them, always.
I see.
And then you just don't take any damage, and you just punch them a few times.
Yeah.
There's never a boss battle. There's only one boss battle where I was like, what's going on here? And that's because I just wasn't paying attention to, like, the enemies that are, like, teaching me how I should be doing the boss battle. I was just, like, running past everything. Because I was like, there's these bat enemies, and you have to, like, throw dirt at their wings to make it so, like, they fall down, then you can punch them. But I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I was just like, oh, I don't know how to defeat this enemy. Let me just walk past.
Okay.
And then the boss battle was just, like, the same kind of thing, but elevated, and I was like, uh-oh. I should have been actually killing those enemies, so then I had to figure it out. But then once you figure it out, it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, great game. I do recommend.
Got the Jay's approval. Jay's recommendation.
I would give it 8.5 out of 10.
Final score.
8.5 out of 10. And I also got the amiibo.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. The amiibo's cute. I don't know. I would not give the amiibo an 8.5 out of 10. I'd give the amiibo like a 2 out of 10.
Oh, geez. Well, probably.
Well, it's a nice quality amiibo, but it's $30, and I feel
Yeah.
ashamed for buying it. It's so much money for an amiibo.
Yeah, that poor
It's
Best
so
Buy
cute,
worker
though.
had to run around to find it for you.
Yeah, I went to Best Buy and they didn't have it out. Like, they have like a weird in the front. They had like a amiibo section with like the new Street Fighter ones that like no one was buying, and there's like hundreds of them. And then he was like, "It's not here." I was like, "No, I checked there." And then he ran back to like the Nintendo Switch section. And he's like, "Oh, it wasn't there." And I'm like, "Yeah, I checked there. That's why I'm asking you." And then he ran to the back to like the stock, and he was like, "It's not back there." And he's like, "Let me look it up on the system." And he says, "It's not in the system." So then he had to go to the overstock, which was in the front of the store, and eventually he got me one.
There we go.
But they had Switch 2s in stock. They did not have any Donkey Kong Bonanza cartridges, though, in stock.
Yeah, from that screenshot you sent me, they had, picture you took for me, there was a ton. But after the
regular
Legends
display,
ZA
they had
bundle
like
got
4,
announced, I might just
but
wait
then
for
like
that.
behind they had a lot. And yeah, there is a Legends ZA bundle you can get.
Mm-hmm. Probably just gonna wait for that, honestly.
Unless you want the game physically.
That's true. I don't know. We'll see.
Something to think about.
It is something to think about. I gotta consider some stuff because I do like owning physical Switch games.
Donkey Kong, it's good. Do recommend. It's a must play. It's my game of the year.
Wow, high regard, high regard.
The second game I've played this year.
Yeah,
So, and it's
both
better
of them
than
Nintendo games.
It's better than Mario Kart.
Fair enough. Hey, I respect your honesty.
It kind of blows Mario Kart out of the water.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in Mario Kart.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Hopefully, new updates can improve that though.
Yeah, maybe it can turn around.
But yeah, that's all. I think that's all the news. We have covered it all. We ran a little long, but that's because that Pokemon was so juicy.
It was the Legends ZA info was nice. It just gets me more and more hype. Get more and more excited.
It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
All the other stuff, man, they really know how to. It's 24 minutes. Why couldn't they just do 24 minutes of ZA? I just want to watch 24-minute gameplay.
You know they gotta hit the other stuff. They gotta hit their big mobile games.
They gotta talk about Cafe Remix.
They have to, and sleep.
Got to. Well, until next week. Oh, and I owe you $5.
Yeah, better give me that $5.
I'll give you $5 tomorrow.
But you better.
Until next week, we'll see you guys with even more news. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a subscribe and like on YouTube. If you're listening on the audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed. And we'll see you next week for another roundup of the week's gaming news.
Thank you for listening. Adios.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.